We're joined outside Aura nightclub right now with DJ Kaeno. A little before your set, a little nervous.
A little nervous. This was actually the first Winter Music Conference party that the Vanishing Point has actually put together, along with a lot of guest DJs, a lot of international acts that actually have played on the Vanishing Point. So for me, it's a big step in dance music, especially for me coming from Miami, which I helped create the underground movement of electronic dance music, techno, rave, etc., etc., etc. So tonight is a very special moment in my heart, and hopefully next year we'll be able to accomplish the same exact turnout that we create this year. So it's all good.
It's all come full circle, hasn't it?
It has come full circle. We have worked extremely hard on this event with myself, along with everybody else who's also helped out promoting this event, along with Amplify Radio. We've actually turned out extreme numbers that the club is happy with, and you always have to make your club happy. So that's a positive note on that. But it seems that everybody came out, had a good time tonight. No Singer, I just left the time slot that No Singer's playing. He's killing it right now. Elevation's coming on next, and Mike Shiver from Stockholm. I always say Mike Shiver, but it's Mike Shiver from Stockholm is actually coming on next, and he's going to destroy the night before my set. So it's an honor to have all these guest DJs and friends just to come out and celebrate, the music. So
hopefully there'll be a bit of a dance floor left by the time you step up. Anyways, tell us a little bit about the Vanishing Point and where it came from.
The Vanishing Point started in 1998 during my freshman college year at Florida International University. I had this whole concept of just promoting like dance music. I used to listen to the Venga Boys, Prodigy, 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, Marilyn Manson. I was a really big skater back in those days. I used to skate to Deftones, Pearl Jam, everybody. So it kind of like inspired me to create dance music after hearing a show called The Late Night Laboratory with George Alvarado. George Alvarado had a radio show back in the early 98s, 90s, etc., which I used to listen to his show religiously every Saturday. So after listening to his show, I got inspired to create, a night called The Vanishing Point. How I came upon the night The Vanishing Point was listening to all U2 records and actually listening to a good friend of mine who's actually become my manager, Mr. Dave Alexander. So after listening to, U2, Lime, all the rock groups that I've come to embrace, I created The Vanishing Point. And The Vanishing Point has actually started in 1998 to 2008. So it has transitioned to one of the biggest radio, internet, dance stations, shows that possibly everyone knows. And it's my 12th year in the scene, so I'm pretty happy by that.
Well, we'll go back right to the beginning and quickly ask you, through all of that stuff, as well as what you've heard, the past 5 years to up to today, what would be your ultimate event? Now you can cross over anything you want, whether it's house, trance, rock, Latin, whatever. What would be the ultimate event and where?
My ultimate event in my entire career has to be a night called the Palladium. I got onto the turntables at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was in a gym along with George Acosta, David Padilla, Edgar V, and a couple of Miami locals. DJ Icy was on the building, also Sandra Collins, and AK-1200. So for me to be on that lineup, that was the pinnacle of my career. I was actually, honestly, I was 16 years old. I came onto the turntables and I dropped a track that I still play to this day, which is a Mauro Picotto track. And as soon as when I came onto the decks and I played this track with my partner Dave Alexander, which we created a group called System Shock, which was electronic, hardcore, like techno style. The track goes, "This is the place." And as soon as when I dropped the track, the entire arena rose to their feet and they were chanting our names. after that, I knew like dance music was my passion, and have stuck with it ever since. Like I said, this is my 12th year my 12th year in the music industry, but my, I would say, 10th year along with Ultra attending Winter Music Conference. So it's a big thing for me right now.
Now, I've thought about it, and I've calculated approximately in 8 years how much money I've blown on DJing. And I'm not going to tell you right now how much it is, but how much do you think you've spent on equipment, records, throwing parties? This isn't going to parties. This is just throwing parties and music and all that stuff. If you could ballpark it, how much?
If I could ballpark it, my wife would be really upset right now. But I think I've actually spent, and I'm just rounding numbers off the top of my head, just along from tonight, the Vanishing Point Party at conference, the first year, honestly, I'm up to $50,000 just in promotion and spending money on records, CDs, and just marketing itself. So I would say $50,000.
Everybody's got to have a drug of choice, right? So,
Yes. My drug of choice is CDJ 1000s, Technique 1200s, the Allen Heath Zone 3D Mixer, and Apple iTunes. The reason why Apple iTunes is because they own me right now. But other than that, yeah, electronic dance music is my drug, and I would do anything in my power just to make this music more mainstream, but not commercial. I feel as an artist, if you become commercial, you lose yourself. And I do this music because I love it. And no one has ever told me to stop playing what I feel, and I've always played what I felt. And if you ever see me perform live, I play the tracks that I feel, and if the crowd likes it, they don't. And I'll read the crowd. If the crowd wants to hear commercial stuff, I'll play a little bit of commercial stuff, but I'll play it with my flair, my style. So that's me. That's Kaeno. You get it raw and uncut. So
what does Miami need to take it to that next step?
Whacker, bro.
Hang on, I'll redo that. What does Miami need to take it to that next step?
what Miami needs to take it to the next step is they need to look at who they have in the center of Miami. The people who have actually started the electronic dance music scene, the people who have actually contributed to the electronic dance music scene, the people who bring guests from all over the world just to be a part of what we have here. I remember that I played my first record in 1996 at a club called Zanzibar, and it was the smallest club in the world. It was like a hallway. And I remember I played Diving Faces, and everyone just went crazy. And ever since then, like, I've just been true to myself, and I play what I feel. I think Miami really needs to look at what they have home base-wise and recognize those talents, and also get DJs who are not at the forefront of becoming commercial. You have a lot of DJs that are at the top 10. You have a lot of DJs who their records have reached the top 10, and everybody loves them. I mean, those guys have made a statement for us, and we like to follow those guys. But it's about being yourself and doing what you love. I could care less who I play to. I could play to 10 people, but I'm still gonna deliver the same set that I'll give to 1,000 people or 10,000 people. Those 100 people will get the same Kaeno that they see at a 10,000, seat arena, and that's just the way I am. I don't cheat people. I give you what you want to hear when you want to hear it, and it's no commercialism here. That's what it is.
I think I was 12 when you played your first event. What is the worst thing about WMC?
The worst thing about WMC is all the promotion that goes into it. I honestly feel that you have to promote your life away. And for me, this is my first Winter Music Conference party. Like, I've played numerous parties, but this year, 2008, I wanted to do something that was special. March 24th in my book will be a staple of what I have done, and one of my greatest achievements. I've been able to travel and tour with like some of the biggest names in the dance music scene. I played with Paul Van Dyke in Central Park. I played with Tiesto and Mansion in Miami. I've opened for Ferry Corson at Space. one of the largest DJs in the scene right now, Senator Van Duren. I had a chance to even, tag along with him. So, for me, March 24, 2008, the Vanishing Point Amplifier Radio is on a pinnacle in my career. This year, I got to do whatever I want, and a venue in Miami gave me the night free to create what I wanted to do. I had all my friends come out and play and just enjoy themselves. People traded promos, people traded new tracks, people made new contacts, people might even establish war tours just by this party. So for me, like, today is like one of the biggest highlights of my career. And to be honest, I had to pay a dime for it. So that's a good thing. Just everybody come out and have a good time, and I'm happy about that.
People might even head home with a cute girl. You never know.
Hopefully.
Your wife might be a little pissed off about that one.
Hopefully someone heads home with a cute girl. But you know what? This week, I hope Winter Music Conference looks at this, if they hear this interview, starts on a Monday night. Monday to Sunday. And just, you know what? Forget about the ticket prices. Forget about the promotions. Just have a good time.
Put a pause on it. Well, hey, hit me up.
For sure.
I'll see you later.
Take care, bro. I'll see you during the week.
Yeah.
All right.
All good.
All good.
Well, on that note, what are you looking forward to the rest of the week?
What I'm looking forward to the rest of the week, I'm looking forward to seeing Senator Van Duren, because he is actually a role model of mine. I'm looking forward to seeing Noel Sanger play at a couple events, because he actually started in the underground in Miami along with me. So I feel very, I feel challenged every time I have to go behind him and play. Looking forward to seeing Marcus Schultz at Armada Nights. Looking forward to seeing Armin van Buren, even though he's the world's #1 DJ. He always delivers something new. Looking forward to seeing a lot of new talent that I can showcase on my radio show, and new artists to work with. That's what it's about. New artists to work with, they always have something fresh and new that you don't have. They might have that little sample or that little, twitch in their sound that, drives you up the wall. So I'm looking forward to working with new artists and new people. I love the old guys because they have got me where I'm at now, just by looking at them and marketing myself after them. But just looking forward to working with new people. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Where can people get more information about you?
You can actually visit my website. I am, like I said from the beginning, truly raw and uncut. I don't hide anything. You can visit me at www.djkaeno.w. A lot of people can't pronounce my name, but it's Kaeno, www.djkaeno.com. You can also visit me at www.myspace.com/djkaeno.com. And you can listen to me on Party 107, Sirius Satellite Radio, Sense.fm. The list goes on and on. I remember I first started my first internet radio show, which was with Amplified Radio. So I feel very honored to do this interview right now.
The respect goes right back to you. So, pleasure. Thank you so much for having me out. And we're going to have a rest of a fantastic night. And then we'll see what the rest of the week has to come in.
Thank you. All Patron shots on me.
Actually, before you go, I want you to do some liners for me.
Okay.
So just as, hey, this is
All right, for sure.
Amplified Radio.
All right. You ready?
Go.
Hello, this is DJ Kaeno. Actually, Kaeno, Kaeno, and you're listening to AmplifiedRadio.com.